It's your boy, Log Zero, and I'm here with.
It's your main man, Rev, joining you for fun and reviewing. I'm so excited! 107.
Word, son. We are here to review the latest and the greatest in the One Piece universe. And, yeah, man, we're ready to get into this shit.
But first, you know what to do. Please hit that like and subscribe button. And without further delay, let's get right into it, man.
Yep. So we are here with One Piece, chapter 1007, Tanuki-san.
Yeah.
And we got a nice little cover page of Caesar and some penguins. So sorry if you're not a Caesar fan. He's not the most well-recepted character, but he is on the cover page, and he's begrudgingly or boringly, giving balloons to penguins.
Side note, you know how I feel about Caesar Clown? I love to hate Caesar Clown. He's such a good, he's such a great character to hate,
Yeah.
And I respect him because he's, he has that unique characteristic. Oda does such a good job even filling in the bad guys. Yeah, he's a shithead, but, the way that crew smacks him around is, so entertaining that it's worth it,
He's engaging as a character, so.
That's what it is. And this particular cover page kind of I don't know, made me laugh when I first saw it. And I was like, yeah, he's using his gas powers, and he's like, I've had enough of these little shits, but I'm going to do it anyways because they're so adorable.
Yeah. I'm not 100% clear. It's like, are they giving him fruits in order to get balloons? But then one of the penguins is eating the fruit, so it's like...
Looks like they're all just having a party. He's just making balloon presents for baby penguins, it says. So I guess these are not like grown-up penguins, or just little scamps running around like, hey, we're so adorable. And he's like, alright, you get to fly around in my balloons.
Yeah.
Seems like a fair trade.
Oh yeah, a little side text on the side. It says Viva cards for the Wano arc. New Starter Set Volume 1 will be in stores on the 30th of April. So if you collect Viva cards, there's going to be new ones coming out. I hope they make English translations one day. I'm sure they will. There's probably enough of a market to put those out there. I'd like to collect them. And for those who don't know, Viva cards are little collectible. They give you a little binder and a little collectible cards with character info on them. So it's nice. It's a nice little memorabilia to have.
I actually didn't know that, so I'm gonna keep my eye on for those. Actually, that sounds pretty dope.
Yeah, they reveal some info through those cards. So. Yeah.
If any of our followers, subscribers have any, give us a flash. Maybe show us what they look like. Just cool little view. Educate some of the other audience. All right,
man,
but
let's get into chapter. Enough jawing around about Viva cards and Caesar Clown.
Yeah,
I'll kick it off.
The main meeting. Go for it, man.
And we are on the live floor Skull Dome. And, we got smoke effects, and, I think this is kind of actually how the last chapter started out. We got smoke going around, clashes, people fighting, and a little narrative text says, all hell breaks loose. And then we hear a little text, we see little voices. How's this possible? Most of the Oniwabanshu and Mimi Watagumi captains have been beaten. Daikoku-san, Kazekage-sama, and Commander Hote.
I don't know why, but I was picturing Gaara's just lying with his ass beat in the ground, but it's not. Okay. Anyway.
Yes. We see the respective groups laid out on the ground, So, and this is important, I think, because they're not Zoan people, they're not Smile people, they're skilled warriors, but I don't think they're gonna be coming back into the mix. So I'm pretty sure you can consider this a win on the Alliance's side, taking out a somewhat significant force. If I were to grade them, I'd put them above fodder a little bit, But yeah. So,
are they dead?
No, I wouldn't say they're dead, but I think they're out for the battle. So we hear more voices. So this is a legendary power of Hyogoro the Flower, and it's Beast Pirates are just kind of staring in awe. And then we get a close up on Apu's face, and he's like, he endured the Ice Demon transformation and used his power to his advantage. And X-Drake looking out the side of his face, and he's thinking, now I see why the rest of the world fears Wano.
Yeah,
and move
Why
on
would he have
over
that
here.
thought now, though? I mean, he's been a Wano for years. Anyways.
Yeah, I guess everybody else was scrubs, and I mean, when he came, everybody's in prison pretty much. Anybody significant, so
That's
you
true.
know.
That's true.
But we see Yatape still whining back with his sword, and the people are wailing, "Boss Hyogoro!" And Hyogoro's like, "Do not hesitate, Yatape. Clear your mind. If I turn into an ice demon, I'll..." And he's like, transforming more, like his entire mouth is, pointy teeth style right now.
He's like 99% ice demon, yeah. And Yatape is crying. He's like, "No, please give me a moment. I'll do it. I'll do it now." He winds back up with his sword, but it's clearly shaking in the air. All the followers around him are like, "Boss Yatape!" And his female follower, I forget her name, she's crying. She's like, "Saba, I can't blame him. He's like a father to us." Hyogoro is on the ground,
No, this is Boss Omasa.
That's Boss Omas on the ground?
Yeah, in the next one, because he was turning into an ice only before, and Hyogoro was the one who told him, relax, we'll take you out if we need to, but for now, don't worry about it.
Oh, I thought they were just building up the tension so much more. Okay, so again, the other boss, he's growling. He's 99% transformed. He's like, "Rah, get it over with, Tsunagoro. I'm also at my limit. I can't be saved now. I don't want to hurt you guys." All those followers are crying out, "Boss Omasa!" All the followers are winding up in another panel. They're like, "Damn it, they won't make it. Tanuki-san, aren't the antibodies ready yet? The infected on this floor are about to turn back into ice demons." We get a look at the dome, and all we see is the smoke and the sounds of battle go through there. And then we get a refocus, and the scene shifts to Queen Sama.
Yep, and he's off in the distance, just kind of, I mean, he's obviously still dealing with Marco, but he's taking the time to smoke a cigar, so I guess he's doing all right. But they're screaming out, "Please save us, Queen Sama! Boss, why?" And we get close up of a Beast Pirate follower. Says, "Why do we also have to die from your virus too? You're questioning me? Shut your mouth! You whip should know your place!" And he transforms.
Like immediately into his like just complete zone form.
And starts wrecking shit, just smashing stuff up and smacking followers around.
Destroying walls, debris everywhere.
He's like, "What? The ice demon virus is my magnum opus. In fact, you could say it was created specifically for you guys." And then we get a close up of his face. "You pleasures were given an opportunity to gain useful abilities. You lost that gamble. Now you're only good for a laugh." And we got the pleasures laughing, and because that's all they can do. And they're saying, "That's so heartless." And then we have what the hell are these guys called?
The waiters. Yeah, they're the waiting for smiles.
"And you, waiters, no matter how long you wait, there aren't any more smiles coming. You've lost your chance at gaining abilities." And they're staring off, very concerned. And Queen continues on with his speech. Says, "You're gonna be waiters forever. You losers can only be useful to the almighty beast pirates by becoming ice demons now. You'll blossom in death." And he's screaming at them, and they respond, "You're telling us we're meant to die?" He says, "That's right. You grunts are easy to replace."
And you have the pleasures laughing. Yeah, how could he say that? This is too cruel. And then you have the waiters mixed in, and they're normal face because they're not infected by a smile that did nothing but let them drown and laugh. That's one of the worst things I've ever heard of in all of anime, to be honest. But anyways, they're screaming out, "This is too cruel," and we see ice demons in the back coming after them. Everybody's turning and rampaging now. It's getting close to all hell breaking loose. Queen screaming back at them, "I gave you all a chance. That antibody might be able to save a few of them." Talking about the ice demon saving them, that form. And in the chaos of the battlefield where the ice demons are now fighting against Kaido's forces, mostly it looks like. They're like, "Damn it, I can't die here. Kill all the ice demons, friend or foe. I'm gonna survive and leave this stinking crew." So we have a beginning of our hands of
the rumblings of insurrection.
Rebellion, yeah.
Yeah, and I gotta say that little pose that guy in the middle is doing seems too cool of a pose to waste on a fodder. But
huge sword, yeah, jacket flowing, slow motion breeze going. Yes, we will face our destiny. Everybody levels up when they join Luffy's side. They just get maximum power. But anyways, so we see the Wano samurai noting they're like they may be the enemy, but the way they treat their superiors treat them is pitiable. And back to Queen, he comments right back. He's like, "You samurai are just as bad. What do you think you're protecting here? That Tanuki's also a pirate. You guys really think he's quickly mass-producing the antibody? Don't make me laugh. It's impossible. I bet he's already taken the antibody himself and bolted."
Yeah, we see X-Drake and some samurai still defending the entrance, and X-Drake is just kicking the shit out of one of the people trying to get in.
Freaking dinosaur kick sends everybody flying, and the samurai are fighting off, I guess, some of the beast pirates who are still loyal at this point for some reason. But he's commenting, he's saying like they're already probably gone, he's probably defending nothing. Queen says, "I doubt that. Treachery is a pirate's job." Because the beast pirate's coming back. He's not a bastard like you. He wouldn't leave us. He's like, "I doubt that. Treachery is a pirate's job." The followers of Hyogoro comment, Boss Hyogoro," and it looks like he's they're finally ready to take him out. What's his name?
And Yatape is saying, "Boss Hyogoro, I'll be joining you in death soon." He's like, "Hey, no need to be in such a hurry. That can wait until your time comes, until we meet again." And he's like 99% of the way to Ice Demon, and then followers are screaming, "Boss Hyogoro!" And then last second, we get the MVP, the cutest person in the world. "Stop!" And Chopper pops out of nowhere and blocks it. I don't know exactly. I'm assuming he's using his hand since he has hooves for hands. But he's saying, "Stop!" And he blocks Yatape from cutting off Hyogoro's head. And I'm not 100% sure what's going on here because it's drawn kind of weird. But I'm guessing
what it is
like,
is Chopper's hand has a what do they call it? Like a stopper that you can, a stop dropper. Like you can get like drops of liquid and then squeeze them out. He has like a dropper, so he's putting that and he's squeezing it directly into his mouth, and he drinks it.
Where do you
see I can see his hand, and I can see in his hand there's like a little device in his hand that's going right into his mouth.
What is his hand wrapping around the other side of his face or something?
Yes. In this panel, his hand is directly in front of his mouth. I don't know if you can see it because it's like covered in the smoke or the ice or whatever. But his little hand is right in front of his face. There's like a stopper going into his mouth. That's either injecting a vapor or I think it's a vapor.
Yeah, I'm guessing that. But then So that's what's happening, and then he says, "What a relief! I made it in time."
And it's just his whole face sparkly page. He's like, "Yeah, I did it!"
And then everybody else is happy. "Oh, Tanuki-san!" And he's like, "Your body's starting to warm up. It's a little painful, but you're gonna be fine." And it seems like he's being engulfed in some kind of flames. And then Yatape's taken aback, tears still streaming down his face, and then they all celebrate. And he says, "You did it, Tanuki-san. I knew you would come through." And then Chopper says, "Miyagi, Tristan, please hurry." And then they say, "Chopper-sensei, the preparations are complete." And they just wheel out
like a cannon. And he yells out on top of that, "Fire!"
And we even have a cute mushroom cloud with Chopper's face on it. And this attack is called Chopper's Phage Nebulizer. And he shoots the antidotes in the center of everything that's going on.
And it looks similar to Usopp's, the grass attack he does?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's what it does.
About that.
It looks similar to that. But it's an atomic explosion with Chopper's cute little face coming out in the cloud.
Yeah. I think it was grass skull explosion or something like that. But anyway, you actually were right when you talked about before with Chopper releasing it as a gas.
They learn from all the best, and they take that on, and So I love it. Atomizing the beam, spreading out the vaccine in a quick way. It just makes sense. It's awesome. I love when things are logical and they work out.
Yeah, he launched it, and you can see like it seems like the ice demon stuff is evaporating off of the people there, and then Queen interjects and he's, "What the hell are you up to, Tanuki?" And there's more panels of the ice only vanishing.
Yeah, you see the ice like slowly like evaporating from their body, so the cure is definitely taking its effect. Yeah, buddy. And Tanuki-san, he says, there are tens of thousands on this floor. It would be impossible to administer an injection to them one by one. So I analyzed the virus and synthesized my own counter-virus based on your methods. It's your foul virus against mine. This means the cure is inhalable, so everyone can be treated simultaneously. And all the samurai are like, yeah, buddy. We're getting
we carry Siyomasa's back to like regular, so it acted. The cure acted pretty instantaneously.
I wonder if Hyogoro is going to be back to Little Man, or he's still going to get the benefits, of the, it brought him to the edge of his life, so he still gets that power-up bonus. We'll see. But even the Beast Virus, the Smile and the Pleasures are cured of the Ice Demon, virus. He's like, and then Queen comments, he's like, how did a second-rate pirate like you acquire such medical expertise? Still smoking his cigar. Chopper responds, our crew was once scattered around the entire world. We all used that time to hone our skills. Queen, he's like, who the hell asked you to butt in anyways? You even went and cured my subordinates. Chopper fires back with the most angry look in his face, like, viruses shouldn't be weaponized. You're bound to lose control of them eventually. Yeah, it's personal for Chopper.
Yeah, man, you don't wanna touch that sensitive area with Chopper. He's gonna get that Chopper beat down, yo.
He's about to go MJ on them. He's like, and then I took it personally.
Well, yeah, we got a Queen winding up here, and he's starting to shoot bullets out of his mouth. I'm assuming that's what it looks like. And he says, "I'm not gonna listen to a lecture from a Tanuki. Who the hell do you think I am?" And then, Kaido's forces, Tanuki-san, watch out! And they like
shielding
bump him, out of
him,
the way.
yeah, taking the bullets and everything.
The hits. The Pleasures? Yeah, that stings. And then Chopper's looking at them as they're all, falling down and shot and stuff. And so to give them some credit, I mean, they're not instantly dead, so I guess that counts for something.
Yeah.
But Queen says, "What are you doing? Get out of the way!" And they respond. Kaido's forces respond, "Shut up, Queen! You almost killed our brothers. Tanuki-san saved them. We'd rather die protecting our savior than continue serving a crazy boss like you. Isn't that right, boys?" And Mr. Star Tattoo Face Man. But yeah, we can continue on here.
And then we see Kaido's forces behind Tanuki-san. They're also like, yeah! Count me in. Thanks, Tanuki. They're like, drop dead, Queen. And he comments back, he's like, you lousy ingrates. And Barco comes in, flying, grabs Queen by the neck with one of his, fire wings, saying, way to go, Tanuki. Queen flies like, rah! He's like, now give him your best shot. Chopper responds back, thanks, Marco, but let's get one thing straight. Rumble? He swallows one of the Rumble pills, and he jumps back to his monster form. He's like, I'm not a Tanuki! And he hits Queen right in the face with a claw attack, and we see blood coming right out of his mouth. And
another smack for the ages. I mean,
an epic page. Yeah, this is a double page. Him like rearing up, maximum overdrive, punch to his mouth. That was like a Mike Tyson uppercut, and Queen just face goes like.
I think he was inspired by Robin, but note that Queen is bleeding from this. Like, he fucking smacked the taste out of his mouth. Like, I didn't think Chopper
to the dentist after this. Yeah,
Chopper would be able to do this to a commander.
And everybody looks horrified. They had the one hand over their mouth, like, "Oh, we're sorry." They all look shocked.
This is a transformation.
Marco, the Pleasures. What's his face? Yatape, who was just crying. Hyogoro, who is a old man again, small, and X-Drake of all people, even in his own form, like, oh my God, we're sorry.
Oh, no. We're sorry.
So that
But yeah,
dead.
I'm gonna assume after all this is said and done, Chopper might have the largest bounty increase we've seen in the history of One Piece. You know, so I mean, if he's not gonna shit out commanders, maybe people have to take him a little bit more seriously here.
We'll see. Oda always twists the expectations
Subverts,
a little bit. Yeah. What if he gets a negative bounty for some reason? He's like, no,
He'll
break
get
that.
150 cents, 100.5. But yeah, we got the right brain tower, castle interior, and now we cut back to Yamato and Shinobu. And Yamato's filling them in. She's like, there's a crawl space above every floor of the castle. And that's Momonosuke, are you alright in there? And he says, I am not. I feel disgusted with myself. Everyone is expecting so much from me, but I'm a weak, pathetic, spoiled fool. I really hate being like this. And Shinobu, trying to comfort him, says, Momonosuke-sama, you're such a splendid young man. And Yamato goes, huh? And Momonosuke pops out of the shirt as dragon form. And he's like, splendid! Ah! And then Yamato's confused. He's like, what? An eel? And Shinobu's like, Momonosuke-sama! And,
we get a flash to the reception room, back to the castle interior. We get a little calm in the storm of the battle. And we have the members of CP0 gather there. We see what they're up to. And we have one of them comment, once, when Kaido was being held captive by the Navy, Vegapunk used his lineage factor, and that's in quotes, to try and synthesize an artificial devil fruit. The world government intended to seize the fruit, but it was ruled a failure, so it was left on Punk Hazard. Yeah, another member is commenting.
All the CP0 members are still
gathering
playing on the
shogi
board.
Yeah.
Being entertained by the courtesans. And then this guy saying exactly what I was thinking. Why is this important? Why are you mentioning this randomly? Is this expose? What's happening right now?
Is this the Snapple fact of the day? Anyways, I'm playing a goddamn game over here with your random ass commentary.
Stop bothering me.
Shut the fuck up, man. Distracting laugh. He's like, how is this relevant? There was a massive explosion on Punk Hazard. Why is this guy bringing up Punk Hazard? Why am I in this group? He's like, it would be convenient if it was destroyed then. But a report from the G5 indicates that there was still a research facility in operation until recently. The other member who's commenting all this says, I was just thinking that it's fortunate that the experiment was a failure. That's all.
I wish they would have had another speech bubble. The guy with the mask would be like, cool.
Thanks for bringing up that random fact for no reason. And then, you are a great conversationalist.
I'm going back to Super Mario Bros. 2 World now to shoot bullets at Mario.
Oh my god. CP0 with the random useless ass information. Hey,
Yeah.
want some random drama, fourth wall? He's like, it's really fortunate there are no viewers watching this. He just like looks right to the camera and tells him, you know, there was a cool dragon thing that has weird, awesome abilities. But it's not existent, so who cares? Right? Right.
We cut to the storeroom behind the castle tower. And we see the ornate entrance and building here, which is obviously the storeroom. And
this is all the way at the top of the tower, I believe, right? Or was this
I have no idea. It's hard to. This is probably one of my complaints of One Piece is I have a really hard time following these diagrams and maps that they make sometimes when there's a lot of stuff going on.
Yeah.
Like, with like the Punk Hazard map, the Dressrosa map, all that kind of stuff. Like, it's kind of hard for Alabasta.
And not for nothing, like the pieces tend to move like really suddenly sometimes in ways that are like, all right, you were here, now you're all the way at the other side of the board in one random ass motion. Okay, go for it. Anyways,
the scabbards are in the. I don't know if this is a memory or if they're just in a dark. If the room is just a dark room, but Neko's like, who treated our wounds? And then Kawamatsu's like, I don't know. I vaguely remember catching a glimpse of a familiar face, but it had to be a dream. There's just no way it was real. And Kinemon, Luffy Dono, he stepped up to fight Kaido in our stead. But the rest of the island is still at war. let's go. We still have some fight left in us. And they're gearing up to get to the door. And we see a familiar silhouette.
And at the door entrance says, you guys look like you've taken a beating. They're like, what? And out of the shadows steps what looks to be Kazuki Odin, back from the dead. He's like, I was hoping our paths would cross again. You've all aged quite a bit. And
Kozuki Odin with a goatee, by the way, because he did not have that before, as far as I'm aware. So, take that how you will. But yeah, continue.
And all the scabbards are on the ground, shocked out of their freaking mind. Like, huh? Oh, Odin-sama! And the tears are starting to overwhelm their eyes. They can't believe their eyes. And that is the end of chapter 107. And there will be a break next week.
Yep, which makes me have tears in my eyes, just like Kinemon.
Yeah.
But,
what the actual fuck?
We'll get through it. Hey, we got what did we get? 4 weeks of back-to-back chapters. So I'm not gonna look a gift horse in the mouth.
Okay.
All right, man. So we are here with our review, and I'll bring up the first point. How do you feel about the Chopper resolution?
Great. I think it resolved perfectly. Like, I know it's a little telegraphed maybe to some people, or like, very easy, you can see it coming from a mile away, but I think it was great. I think based off everything we've seen leading up to this point, it made sense for him to kind of turn around and use Caesar Clown's weapons against them, weaponizing the smoke in a peaceful way. The vaporized attack that took out the Minx. It makes sense using your enemy's techniques against them. So I'm all for it. I'm all for Dr. Chopper smacking the taste out of Queen's mouth. Loved it.
Yeah. I'm all right with it. I mean, I'm happy with it. If I were to grade just that particular thing from 1 to a 10, I'd probably give it like 7.5 maybe. Like there was tension. I wasn't 100% sure that he was gonna come up with a solution. Because I think everybody's just kind of waiting for like something really bad to happen in this arc. So I was kind of wondering in the back of my head, like, maybe this might be it. Like he's unable to find a cure, or he doesn't find it in time, and significant damage is done, or something, Yeah. But he pulled through, and it was nice for him to have his moment. Chopper needs more. He needs more W's for sure. So it's nice to see him get one.
Like, he's always linked with the weak trio, but like he does have that monster in him. Just because he uses his brain and runs away. You see right here just how valuable he can be, smacking Queen right across the mouth. Never gonna stop talking about that. I love it. Yeah. This is a big Chopper moment for me. I love it. Always cool to see the little man come up and stand up for his beliefs. He, like I said earlier, he went MJ on them. He's like, I don't like it when people use weaponized attacks like that, and I took it personal. And he brought it to the next level. Everybody gave their respect to. They're like, oh, he's not a Tanuki. They had the weird hand on their mouth.
And that panel was golden. That added a point to the chapter for me, all by itself. Just that section. But So, did you think Hyogo was gonna survive?
I did. Otherwise they would have just like had like a crazy like blood spurt or something. At the end of the last chapter, or had his head flying.
And we saw Orochi get decapitated, but that also leads me to think that he's not really dead. But I thought it was very likely. I would have probably put it at like 80-20, in favor of him, making it out. So because Oda doesn't really like to kill people, so there's that. But it was nice. It was nice to see that. And so, given the course of events, we got the Oniwabanshu and the Mimi Wadagumi taken out. How does that make you feel about the outcome of this battle? About the Alliance winning versus losing?
I think the tide's definitely shifting once more. It's like seeing like that slow tsunami wave build up and up and up, where it's like now they even have the Beast Pirates mostly forces transitioning over to help. The Alliance, the Samurai. So now I think it's just gonna end up being the executives versus a lot of the lower guys. So like, or maybe just even the fodder, like kind of taking hits for the bigger guys to save them from, shield them from bigger attacks. So I think it's gonna be key. I don't know how like overall useful it's gonna be, because I think they're mostly gonna just be like fodder and like comedy, like in like, oh, well, I'll help them out and do whatever it takes, and like even if it means like taking attacks. So, gonna be an interesting another shift in the tide, but I feel like the Beast Pirates are still there, like with some, significant power.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. So another thing, people are not 100% sure whether or not this is gonna, this battle will turn out a success. This to me seems to indicate that it will. Like, typically I can see the arc wrapping up or starting to end when the lower ranking people start to get taken out. Like Doflamingo's like executives and stuff like that, etc. And we have the Oniwabanshu force being taken out, the Mimi Watagumi, a nice little bite of Kaido's forces have been taken out just from battle.
The reason though I do think that it's going to be a non-factor in a minute is because I'm pretty sure Queen has something up his pocket to take out the whole floor, because I'm pretty sure he probably had a cleanup strategy when he thought about the ice demons like being unleashed, and he's probably like, yeah, after they all are done and rampaging, I'm probably gonna blow them all up or something. So I think he might have something to like take out the lower guys anyways. We'll see, because I think Queen always has more and more.
He definitely has a lot of tricks up his sleeve.
Yeah, him and King have 70 things going on. They diversified their bonds and attacks.
Yeah, but they are dealing with Marco, who's been smacking the shit out of both of them, and now X-Drake is freed up to deal with them as well. And Chopper is able to contribute in whatever way he can. I mean, he's smacking fucking Yonko commanders, so he's obviously able to do something.
Oh, by the way, I also saw he'll go to the flower. It looks like he's back to his old man stature. Kind of looked a little smaller there, so I guess.
Yeah.
He also got cured of that super death bonus, so I guess that's a good thing.
Yeah, but like I was saying before, Otama switching forces over. Chopper switched some people over as well through his goodwill and like healing them and stuff. So we're getting that trend of the tide shifting in in one side's favor.
Yeah.
And,
which leads me to another note. It would have been a helpful appearance from CP0 this week if they had mentioned that, like, oh, by the way, if the smiles and the pleasures flip for some reason, the forces would look like this number, ha ha, or whatever. Instead, hey, there's a random Snapple fact. Okay, yeah. I'm in the middle of a game right here. It's like, thanks for interrupting. Yeah. It's like, I think the thing was blown up. Awesome. Unless he has like future, like, is he seeing the battle now? Is he hacking into the network and he's like, yo guys, this is gonna be funny.
Yeah. So
do you think
another thing I want to bring.
Do you think do you think maybe CP0 has a internal way of talking even amongst like enemies and stuff, or like people where they can share information with like secret cohorts? Like, I'm bringing up this point for a reason. Like, they don't like mention anything without purpose. You think they're like,
it could be.
He's like, hey, remember that cool device that we thought wouldn't work? Yeah, we can tell it's been activated on this island. We should probably go take that. Maybe they're playing the kid at Momo, and he's like, yo, heads up, after this battle is done, that's gonna be the prize we're gonna want to really get afterwards.
Mm-hmm. And so I can see that being a possibility.
So, Vegapunk, his shadow looming ever closer, ever closer.
Mm-hmm. I'm glad that they acknowledged the whole thing with them like having caught Kaido in the past, and Vegapunk worked on him and used his traits, his DNA or whatever, to make the artificial devil fruit. Yeah. To me, I feel like Momo is not like I feel like he's another genuine devil fruit. Like I think Vegapunk was successful in making an artificial one that fully functions.
I had want to know, or something I wanted to bring up about the wording of the CP0 member when he was talking about this. He said Vegapunk used his lineage factor, and that's bolded, right, to try and synthesize an artificial devil fruit. Now, is he talking when he says lineage factor and his? Is he
It's
talking
DNA.
about... No. Is he talking about a power that Vegapunk has, or is he referring to the devil fruit that Kaido has to synthesize? Is he talking about a power that maybe Vegapunk has, in which he's able to do other things? And we're
No,
just
it's a technology or a science that Vegapunk discovered, because when they showed the clones on in Whole Cake Island, the Germa 66 clones, they discussed that as well, how Vegapunk discovered the lineage factor, and they showed DNA and stuff. So that's a direct reference to that.
so lineage factor just means DNA in this reference?
That's how I've interpreted it. Most, I think, of the community as well.
Okay.
Because they showed DNA spirals and different animals and stuff when they talked about it to begin with. So.
Okay. I thought this was maybe an ability, it was called lineage factor, that Vegapunk would whip out later. I forgot about the German 66 connection with them. But yeah, Vegapunk, fingers in a lot of pies, man. Getting everything. CP0.
Speaking of dragons, with Momo turning back into a dragon, to me this heavily indicates that he's gonna be whipping out the dragon fire cloud things to save the people of Wano from Onigashima crashing into them and killing a bunch of people. At least that's how it looks like to me.
Another note, right? The real fruit that he made wasn't a dragon fruit. It was a fish fruit, right?
I guess that's the official title of it.
So, do you think this is probably Momo in his fish state, and he's gonna level up to an even higher form of dragon?
Maybe. I mean,
also,
who knows how the dragon mechanism works? I mean, we don't know if it's just they call dragons a fish in general, and so when a person eats that fruit, they're just a dragon that's called a fish, or whatever, however you want to phrase it. I don't know if we're gonna actually have a direct Magikarp to Gyarados comparison, but who knows? I have definitely envisioned in my mind Momo becoming a bigger dragon, and I guess having more resources at his disposal to deal with things.
Smoke Cloud Theory is a good one, though. I think him saving everybody in the island would be crazy, right? Luffy couldn't do it, and he's like, oh yeah, by the way, I floated the island, we're all good. I saved the day. It's like, Momo, you did. You're the hero at the end. He could actually end up being the hero of the battle when it's all said and done, saving. Okay. And if he saves Wano, the whole country, that's pretty, the capital, that's, you can't really take that away from him. He did that, point of fact. Just he's the one who beat Jack. Just saying.
Yeah, I guess that's a fair point. But yeah, so the controversy of the chapter, Oden.
Is it Momo exploding through Yamato, killing her? Even though she's protecting it. No, I know that it's going through the shirt. It just looks like going through his chest. But Kozuki Oden showing up at the end of the chapter. What? I'm gonna go out there and say it. It's not Oden. I don't think it's Oden.
You don't think so?
I don't think so. I think this is a cruel misdirect and a gag and a cruel play at my heartstrings. I don't like it. But I don't really think this is the real Oden. And I need him to sit down. This is not the real Kazuki. I noticed some things off the bat. Off the bat, I noticed this. I mean, I know the swords aren't going to be the same because doesn't Zoro have one? But it looks like fake models of that. You have the goatee thing going off, which is off on an angle. The dress is longer than the one that Oden wears. I guess his legs are more exposed. Those are just things I noticed off the bat. So I don't think this is really Oden.
So as far as the long kimono thing, I mean, it could just be he likes that style now. Maybe because they're in Onigashima, it's a winter island, so maybe he'd like to have longer clothes on. The goatee to me could indicate he's time has passed or something. There's a lot of different factors. So there's a list of theories that I've seen.
The biggest factor though is that this battle's been going on and you didn't help none of your subordinates this whole time. Did you literally just arrive a second ago? If you're Oden, the first thing you do is just run up to the battlefield and punch Kaido right in the mouth. I think that's
So one thing I want to take into consideration, him being introduced felt very unceremonious, like him just popping through the door there. Didn't feel
No
like it had a
build,
grand,
nothing.
grand
Yeah, like
effect.
no like
Yeah.
shadows like walking like towards the battle, like building up the drama. Like you're like, what's that? And then it's like
Yeah,
Odin.
like a panel
Yeah.
of his foot with the sandal.
Yeah,
going up to
Yeah.
But,
So not Odin. I'm calling it. I'm betting anything on it. Not Odin.
I think there's a fair chance, but let me run through the most popular theories I've seen so far. So one theory is it's Katarina Devon. So she has that mythical fox fruit that allows her to transform into things. you know who I'm talking about, right?
Yeah, one of the members of Blackbeard's crew.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, she transformed into Absalom and all that. So, I mean, I'm guessing. I don't think it works like Bon Clay's fruit, where she has to touch something to turn into it. I think she can just turn whatever she wants to, which would like Bon Clay wouldn't be able to do it because he wasn't around. First off, when Odin was alive, somebody else had his fruit. So, and unless it stores every like through lifetimes, like if say I have the Bon Clay's fruit and whoever's faces I touched get passed on to the next person as well, which I doubt it would work that way, but but then it's like, well, why would Katarina Devon do this? Like, how would she know about Odin? I mean, Blackbeard was on a crew with Odin for a while, so who knows, maybe he could have given her a description and sent her to infiltrate or something. I don't know. But yeah, so Katarina Devon, Bon Clay, I don't think it's him. I heard this random theory about this tanuki raccoon that Otama had. It was like a pot that ate the tanuki fruit. So it's like a raccoon pot thing, and like tanuki and like Japanese like folklore mythology can turn into things. So people are theorizing that Odin is that raccoon pot, which would be weird, and I really wouldn't understand. But and then the other theory is it's actually Odin, which I'm not gonna completely rule out. I could see that being a possibility. Who? I mean, it seemed very confirmed that he was boiled alive in the past and all that. But who knows what Toki could have done? Maybe she pulled him out afterwards. Maybe she traveled with him to the future or something. Because there's another topic that I want to tie into this. The silhouette that we saw before doesn't look like Odin at all.
Yeah.
Like
Not even close.
I could see that being Hiyori or Toki, with the time fruit. So maybe both of them came as a pair, and they were the ones who bandaged up the 7 scabbard or the 9 scabbards or whatever. Is it 9 or 7?
7.
It's 9. It's 9. Yeah, it could have been her bandaging them up. And Odin is here as well. But who knows, man? There's a lot of possibilities. Odin reveals something to raise even more questions. So,
Bitch. No, I'm kidding. But that's a crazy cliffhanger to leave us on. No matter what, giving all the scabbards, the shock of their life. You thought you guys were gonna get taken out, and you see the person you guys did all this for, back from the dead. He didn't go out and take Kaido's head first thing. I don't know why. It's not Odin. It's not Odin.
But another thing people theorize, like maybe before the thing where they got boiled in the pot, Odin. The thing that kind of shits on it is like Toki can't send people to the past, but maybe she can like do like a little time blip or something where they go to the future for a moment and then they come back or something.
I'm assuming this is just like one of Kaido's like forces, his powers or something, like manipulating something. I don't know how, but we'll see. Just want to note CP0 being totally useless. Could have been used more useful more useful dialogue would have been better. But whatever. It's always cool to see their mysterious appearance, I guess.
Yeah, I like seeing CP0 hanging around. Last thing I'll say about Odin, if it is Odin, I definitely feel way more secure saying, yeah, this is gonna be a wrap up here. Like, they're not gonna lose this battle. Like, he would be a significant force to be on the battlefield and start wrecking shit. So,
I mean, you know he would take out any of the commander levels, which just leaves Big Mom and Kaido pretty much. So that's why I don't think it is either, because then it's pretty much, yeah, like you said, wrapped up, over. You have you have someone who can fight on a Whitebeard's level, entering the battlefield on their side, like pretty much done.
I mean, who knows? They might need a force like that to kind of even things up. I mean,
I think they got that's all they need.
the only significant L that I mean, I'm overstating things, but like Wanda and Carrot being taken out by Perospero, seemed like I don't know how you would phrase it. Like, it's a key battle. Like, there's all these key battles going around Onigashima right now, and I could say that's one of them. Yeah. So. And I don't think they're out for the count either, because again, they're animals, and animals seem to have high stamina in One Piece. So, yeah.
I don't think anyone is like out down and out. Like, even those guys that got taken out by Hyogoro the Flower at the beginning, I think that they could make a recovery. They're also zone types, right? So
no, they're not.
Aren't those were they like higher level guys?
They're not zones. The Mimi Watagumi and the Oniwabanshu.
Yeah.
They're not zone people. They're just ninjas and samurais.
Well, then they have high stamina. They probably are gonna get it back up. And if the Beast Pirate guys flipped, I'm sure they would be like, yeah, we've dishonored us. We're gonna get back into the fight and be on the right side. But I do want to know what the battle arrangement numbers look like now, since all those forces are flipped. And even if it's just the commanders on the Beast Pirates, I still think, it may still be even in the since Bedo's on that side, it might even be like more power on that side, unless Chopper is really stepping up to the plate and he's about to take on Queen. He's like, you know what, put your hands up. I don't like people who use freaking weaponized attacks like that.
Any more topics in particular you wanted to mention?
There was I think that's pretty much it. I mean, just the fake Odin reveal. Holy crap! Yeah, I'm saying it now. It's fake Odin. I don't believe in it. I don't think it's happening.
Maybe
Santa isn't real, and neither is Odin. He's dead.
Last possibility, a Kanjuro drawing.
That's who I want to make. Yeah, Kanjuro, because I think you bring him back too. Yeah, that's what I was thinking is the most realistic. It's like he's gonna, but then it's like, why wouldn't he attack right away? But I guess you want to get the sneak attack maybe. But Kanjuro, I think, is probably my most likely bet. I think.
Yeah, because when he was dealt with before, it a lot of people were unsatisfied with that, him being off-screened. So this could be the real Kanjuro conflict.
And he's about to get like 9 sword slash attack. Maybe they just like jump like him right off the bat, because they're like, if it's Odin, he'd still be able to block all 9 of us injured at once. So if it's not, it won't matter, right? That would be my thought process there.
But yeah, on that note, good chapter. I'm going to give it an 8 out of 10.
Yeah, I'm going to give it an 8.2 as well. Close years, but slightly higher just because I got to give my main Chopper some extra points there. Made it slightly better than good. I really dug this chapter. Chopper coming through in a big way. Decisive, key player now, I want to say, in One Piece. Really stepping his game up. Now he can handle much more critical threats for the crew in the future. With this, it's like, if Vegapunk starts doing biological weapons, then it's like, okay, we're gonna need Chopper to really step it up. So I'm loving
I doubt that's gonna be the case. I think he's above that kind of stuff.
I still don't know, because listen, we don't know what kind of personality Vegapunk is. Like, yeah, he's a super genius, But, Oda always has these tricky personalities for people, so maybe he's just like, yeah, I like to invent shit. I don't really care what it does. I'm going to invent everything. And it's like, what if it hurts people? He's like, I don't think you understand. I don't give a fuck. Like, I made the pacifistas. Like, that's some scary ass crap right there. They all have laser beams. You think I care about, like the damage?
Well, I mean, to be fair, the pacifistas don't attack people or anything. They attack pirates, and for the world by and large, pirates aren't
people.
No, they're not good guys. I mean, the Straw Hats are like the exception to the rule, basically.
I'm just saying, that's like a very easy parameter to get around. It's like, we are, it's like iRobot. That's literally the plot to iRobot. It was like, oh, our first directive, we cannot attack people. It's like, no, we like to attack people. like it's like the past pieces, they can just start laser beaming people. Like,
I'm sure that'll play. That'll come into play later in the story.
Literally anybody who could hack them could be like, yoink, these are mine now.
Yeah.
Like, imagine Blackbeard's third head is like, I have hacking skills. He's like, totally threw you for a loop.
Yeah.
Like maybe it is. Maybe it's the strategist head, where it's like the hidden,
Maybe. 8 out of 10 on my side, and 8.2 out of 10 on your side.
Yeah.
And MVP. Obviously, we gotta give it to Chopper.
Chopper, hands down, unanimous.
Came in clutch. Came on the 0 timer countdown, explosive, cut the blue wire moment.
0.1 second left on the clock.
Mm-hmm.
Didn't spill his coffee either.
Yeah, he blocked the blade. He shot the nebulizer, saved everybody, and the cherry on top. Bitch slap queen into Kingdom Come.
Wanna write that in my memory forever.
It'd be funny if every like freaking Toby Ropo just got like whenever their contender comes in, just bitch slaps the shit out of them, and that's how their battle starts off.
I love Chopper's explanation. He's like, I realize it would be dumb. I can't administer it to everybody, so smoke bomb attack.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, kudos to you again on that point for accurately predicting how he was going to distribute the vaccine or the antivirus, however you want to phrase it.
Yeah.
Countervirus.
You know why?
Come back.
I think it's going to come back again because I think biological weapons now are just going to get more and more used. It seems like.
Well, no. I don't mean that. Like, I don't actually disagree. I think after how used it's been in the story up to this point, I think we're kind of done with biological weapons, and we're just gonna get like
you don't think anyone in Blackbeard's crew would be using biological? I think so. Like, I think that's gonna be a thing where the doctor guy,
Doc Q.
Yeah.
But yeah, putting that aside, damn, I lost my train of thought about what I was gonna say about Chopper.
He's the man. That's what you're gonna say.
Yeah, he is the man, and he's cute.
And the rumble ball jumping up. I don't know how long he's gonna be able to last in this, but it's really
I feel like I get mixed answers with that as far as to what the effects are, because sometimes it seems like, okay, he still has that hindrance where if he uses Monster Point, he can't move his body at all for a certain period of time afterwards. Sometimes it seems like he can after he does it at least one time, so maybe he can do it more than once. I don't know. I thought Luffy was over the fucking 10-minute G4 limit,
especially after smacking Kaido, but whatever.
Yeah.
Oh,
not a fan.
One thing I did want to mention. That's why I thought the Minx scene was so important. Why it was key for Chopper to get to Zoe and save all of them first, because he saw the devastating effects of what a chemical attack could do. So it would make sense for him to start to develop countermeasures for that in the future, because seen it once, you might see it again.
Yeah, man. So Dr. Chopper for the win. Chopper be doctoring. You know how he do. And that is our MVP section.
Could we have our least valuable player section? Just the CP0 guy with the most useless Snapple fact.
So now we are starting with our predictions. And I think next chapter is so I think we're gonna see Momo doing stuff next chapter. I think he's gonna be the one to save the capital and save the people, from Onigashima crashing into them. And or at the very least, I think it's gonna have him, and some kind of development will happen with him. We got the setup from CP0 talking about randomly talking about Kaido's devil fruit and how it was replicated, and quote unquote was a failure supposedly. So to me, and then Momonosuke conveniently turns to dragon. So to me, it's showing that that's obviously leading to something. So that is what I think will happen.
I think we get some Sanji action next week. I think we see where he went off to, and maybe he starts to fight the Odin character because he knows that he's up to no good. Maybe it is. I think the theory about it being the traitor is the biggest one. What's his name?
Kanjuro.
Yeah, everybody's name is slipping my mind right now. But I think Kanjuro is the most likely culprit here in the scenario. I think Sanji's going to come in and kick his head off. And as far as I think we'll get an appearance of Usopp and Nami. I think they're going to be seeing what they're doing, getting more on their side, more allies on their side. And this is going to be a crazy Hail Mary, but I hope we get another flash to the main battle going on the roof to see what's going on with those guys.
So you hope or you think that'll happen?
I think that's going to happen. I think it's time to give us a little bit of insight into what's going over there. You give us a break to really, draw off the chapter if it's going to be that epic, because I think it's got to be, you don't just have us there and have it just like a weak-ass page, because at the very least, you give us a Kaido reveal. And I think I'm going to put that out in the universe. I think we get a Kaido full, hybrid zone reveal.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I want.
Yeah, man. I don't know. I think that's gonna be saved for when the castle starts to fall. It would be so dope. I'm kind of picturing in my mind, like, if it's falling in free fall, and then that's when we cut back to what's going on with the Yonko and with the supernova, and they're all falling through this sky with rubble and crazy shit around them. Big Mom's flying around on Zeus, and Kaido's flying around in his, I'm assuming in his Beastman form he can still fly. He's flying around. Luffy's, flying around G4. Kid is floating around in his mech. Law's teleporting all over the place from rock to rock to rock. I could see some crazy shit, they're fighting while they're falling through the sky and stuff. But I don't think we're gonna see that until we get some kind of setup for what the resolution to Onigashima being moved to the flower capital. Sanji stuff I could see being a strong possibility. It would be a nice redemption for Sanji and his character to do something smart and realize hey, that's not Odin, and kind of save the day in that regard. It would be a little redeeming for him to have that moment, because all this White Knight nonsense simping Sanji shit is getting very tiring. So yeah, that would be a nice thing to see. But yeah, man,
we'll have to wait 2 weeks now to get the reveal.
Sadly, that is the case. But hopefully Oda uses this time to recharge his batteries, and he's ahead of what we see in Shonen by 2 or 3 chapters most of the time. So whatever. I hope he's using this time to recharge, and whenever he gets back to the drawing board, he's energized and able to make cool shit. So
yeah, this story is getting even crazier and crazier, man. Wano off the rails. I love it. Confusing, but I'm here for it.
Yeah, man. Yeah, and on that note, just want to thank you guys for sticking with us this far, and I hope you enjoyed it as much as we did. And,
absolutely, and don't forget, hit the like and subscribe button. This is Rev,
and this is Log Zero. Peace.